Sega.
Two Sonics? No way! Hey, what's up everyone? It's your boy Ultra, and today, and only today, we're going to be doing part 1 of Sonic Generations Revisited. You see what I did there? I combined my intro with Games Cage and Cabana Monty 456. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's delete that data. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh my god, is that Green Hill from Sonic 1? But anyways, this is Sonic Generations. My, at least current, favorite Sonic game. Actually, scratch that. Favorite video game of all time. This game is amazing. Like, this game is Sonic's 20th anniversary game, and it recreates 9 zones from every game, pretty much. Like, all the main games, from Sonic 1 all the way up to Sonic, Sonic Colors. And right here, we're seeing Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. And we totally won't see this zone return a whole bunch of times in future games. And we got corkscrews from Emerald Hill, and booms, goal. So yeah, this Let's Play is gonna go by very quickly. So I guess I should just address the elephant in the room right now, the main gimmick of this game. Well, there's 2 Sonics, as I pointed out during the intro cutscene. You've got this Sonic right here, Classic Sonic, and you might be wondering, why does Sonic look different in this game? Well, that is Sonic's design straight out of the 90s, you know, straight out of the Sega Genesis games. And then fast forward the clock, and you get Sonic from the present, aka modern Sonic, aka aka the Sonic you probably recognize. And it's his birthday today. And by today, I mean in this game. It's not actually his birthday when I'm recording this, because, you know, it's not June 23rd yet.
It's kind of impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
So yeah, the story of this game, as you'll see in a minute here. Also, I love that chili dog. They took a chili dog model from Sonic Unleashed and put a bow on it. I love that. But the gimmick of this game's story is it's a time travel plot. And no, it's not nearly as bad as the story in Sonic 06. Although, if I'm being honest, this story isn't very spectacular because there kind of isn't much there. Like, if I'm being honest, this is where the story is, like, the most interesting at the very beginning. This is, like, the most plots that you're getting in one cutscene. Like, this is the best cutscene in the game, in my opinion. Because, like, so much happens. I mean, you see Sonic's birthday party, then the Time Eater pops up, and then, you know, it sucks up all of Sonic's friends. Pause. Actually, that sounded horrible.
Where am I?
And then Sonic wakes up in this void known as white space, where everything is all white and colorless and lifeless. There's nothing here. At least for right now. So yeah, welcome to Green Hill Zone. Except this modern Sonic. Ooh. But yeah, this is the this is the main. I can't even talk right now. This is the game's main gimmick. You switch between two gameplay styles, sort of similar to Sonic Unleashed, except replace the Werehog with classic Sonic, and that's Sonic Generations. So yeah, modern Sonic plays exactly like how he does in Sonic Unleashed. However, there are some adjustments that I want to mention here. First of all, as you're seeing right now, the trick system is much easier in this game. You don't have to do like quick time events every time you hit like a rainbow rail. And it's interesting that they kept the rail, ramps. The rainbow ramps are rainbow in this game too, just like in Sonic Colors, even though in Unleashed they were like all yellow, like they were meant to be golden ramps. So it is interesting that they carried that change over from Sonic Colors, although the rainbow ramps do make sense with the whole, celebration aspect of this game. But oh my god, look how fast he's going. But yeah, the other changes that they made to modern Sonic in this game are his drift works a little bit differently in this game, as you'll be seeing in, I think Chemical Plant is when I first used the drift. I don't use it in this stage, but I do. Actually, I used it earlier in this stage, I believe, to get some speed, but that wasn't really a good showcase of the drift. But the drift in this game is like an inside drift. Sonic turns a lot sharper with it in this game. Oh yeah, and that was Green Hill, by the way. I didn't really talk much about the actual level, but we'll get to that in a minute. That level, I do want to point out, is the one that's designed the most like a Sonic Unleashed stage, in my opinion. But yeah, the other two changes they made to modern Sonic are... Oh yeah, and also enjoy... I let the S-Rank music play a little longer there, but the other two changes they made before we get into this cutscene are Sonic lost his sweep kick and the ability to crawl.
Thanks, Sonic. I thought I was dead, floating without a body in a black limbo. Ugh, I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks.
Is it me, or is that place we were just in awfully familiar?
Not to me, but this place looks like something sucked all the life and color out of it. Totally strange.
No stranger than rescuing genies in magic books or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement
Oh
park.
my god, reference! Reference! They made references to past games, no way! They got Ian Flynn on this! Okay, I'm not gonna go there, but...
I'll be back soon.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said soon. I thought you already left.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, this part kind of irks me. Can I just rant about this part of the story real quick? It's not gonna be longer than like a 1-minute rant, but Tails, what are you doing, my guy? How do you not realize that your best friend looks different? Scratch that, how do you not realize that your best friend looks like how he did when you guys were younger? Like when you guys first met, because that's how he... anyways, switch Sonics before entering stage gates to access either Act 1 or 2. Act 1 tends to be easier. You can play either act in any order. However, you have to play every zone in order. And this next zone, this is Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So, we went from Sonic 1 to Sonic 2. Makes sense. And this zone is pretty fun, actually. It's just as fast as it used to be. I like how it kind of combines elements of Act 1 and Act 2 from the original game. Like, this right here is already, like, Act 2 of the original Chemical Plant. And now it's doing, like, something more original. Like, from this point on, it's doing its own thing. But I like how they gave this level a bit more of an ominous look. Like, the sky is, like, blood red in this version. And the original chemical plant, I don't remember the sky being red like that. I think it's because, like, you know, it's extra chemicals, and, you know, Eggman is polluting the air a lot more. That's not the only change we're gonna see to this particular zone, though. Yeah, I think Classic Sonic in this game is pretty fun for the most part. I do have some criticism, though. I do feel like he's not really that fun to do platforming with. That's the thing. Like, it's fun to, like, go fast with him, but he just does not work for precise platforming because he's just so stiff in the air. Like, jumping slows him down way more than it does in the classic games, and it's so hard to gain speed in the air. Like, it feels like there's air friction, if that makes sense, and the air is just constantly fighting you as Classic Sonic. And he doesn't even have like a short hop like Modern Sonic, where he doesn't lose any speed because, you know, it's Classic Sonic. He didn't have that in the Genesis games. He can only really run, jump, and spin dash, at least for now. But yeah, that was the drift. Sonic has like an inside drift in this game, like I was talking about before. Like the drift he had in Sonic Unleashed, that was a lot more like a car almost. Like he had a lot more of a wide drift in Sonic Unleashed compared to this game, so it is interesting that they changed that. They changed the animation for it too. Like, instead of him actually, like, you know, leaning and like using his hand to drift and like kicking his feet like he does in Unleashed and Colors, he does like a spin dash drift almost. And also, I was trying to get that red ring up there. I swear I was holding up, but I guess I wasn't holding up like enough there. So I am going to be trying to get as many red star rings as I can in this game, because yes, those return from Sonic Colors. You don't have to get all of them to unlock Super Sonic though. The red rings in this game are purely just for extra content. Like, they unlock artwork, music, and extra abilities for Sonic. And how you get those is, basically, if you get every single red ring in one act, Sonic will get an extra ability. Before we go on, you can actually grab onto that crane right there and take a shortcut. You might be wondering why I didn't do that. It's because I'm playing this game on Xbox Series X, and I have it set to 60 FPS mode. If you try taking that crane shortcut on 60 FPS, for some reason it will launch you into the abyss and kill you, and there is nothing you can do to counter that. So I just avoided the crane because I'm like, it's not worth it. So yeah, that was Chemical Plant. I didn't mention it during the I didn't mention it during the gameplay, but Sonic straight up destroys the chemical plant. Like, I don't know if you guys saw all those explosions and stuff in the background, but look at it. You got water leaking, broken containers, fire in the background. Sonic straight up destroyed the chemical plant. And I think that's kind of wild. I'm like, was he going so fast he destroyed the chemical plant? Like, what did he do to start just destroying the whole chemical plant? That's crazy, actually. But yeah, we're saving another character, Amy. Wait, you weren't in Sonic 2. What are you doing here? Actually, Tails wasn't even in Sonic 1. What is he doing in Green Hill?
I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again.
Like, a lot of the other characters, yes, they do correspond to whatever zone they're locked in some way, but Amy just makes no sense. Why is she in Chemical Plant? I mean, yes, you could make the argument Sonic CD, her debut game, is like the other version of Sonic 2. Like, that's the other sequel to Sonic 1, so you could argue, like, that's why it makes sense. And also, right here, I'm showing off how you can switch between acts. And I just showed off, like, if you're going into a stage gate with modern Sonic and you picked and you pick Act 1, it'll automatically switch you back to classic Sonic. There's no way to play as classic Sonic in a modern level or vice versa. You know, you have to play as classic Sonic and modern Sonic in Act 1 and Act 2 respectively. I can't talk right now. But this is classic Sky Sanctuary, and this is where some of my problems with classic Sonic in this game start to rear their head. Because I do enjoy this gameplay style, but like, I don't know, I feel like classic Sonic is just too stiff for my tastes in this game. Like, I love everything else about him, I just feel like, you know, it's hard to really control your speed. Like, in the classic Sonic games, I feel like it's really easy to like go at an exact speed you want to go at once you master the game. But even in this game, even when you master classic Sonic, there's no way to really control how fast you go besides like, you know, do you want to spin dash and go at like Mach 10, or do you want to run and go a lot slower? You know, there's really no in between in this game, and that makes classic Sonic kind of finicky in my opinion, because like when it comes to platforming, he can either be way too stiff, or if you're doing spin dash jumps, he can go way too far and you end up overshooting your jump, and I got really unlucky there trying to take that shortcut. So yeah, classic Sonic in this game, you're either going to be overshooting or undershooting your jumps, like, a lot, and it's a little frustrating, but I feel like once you get used to him, it's a lot better, you know? Like, he just takes some getting used to in this game. It is not the same classic Sonic from the Genesis games. And that's kind of something I hope the remaster fixes. Like, I hope they make him control more like Sonic Superstars in the remaster without breaking, you know, the levels or anything. They might have to adjust the levels to accommodate for the new physics if they go that route. But yeah, that was Sky Sanctuary, Act 1. This zone is from Sonic and Knuckles. Well, technically it's just, you know, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Just Sonic 3, really, because those two games were meant to be one game. But yeah, technically this is originally from Sonic and Knuckles, which is interesting. Because, like, you would think they would pick a zone from, you know, Sonic 3, like Ice Cap or, what is it? I don't know, Launch Base or Carnival Night. Also, I hate that red ring back there. I hate that they expect you to hit the left rainbow ring specifically. It's really like, I didn't even know, like, I forgot. Because I have gotten all the red rings in this game before, I just forgot where a lot of them are. I hate that egg robo, by the way, but it is kind of stupid to expect us to, like, guess, like, oh yeah, you have to take this specific rainbow ring to get a red ring out of it. Like, what makes that, like, what makes the left, rainbow ring there red ring worthy compared to the other two? Like, what makes that one red ring worthy? I mean, you hit them all in the same exact way. I mean, I don't really think the left ring is harder to hit or anything, so I don't know why they were so specific with that, you know? And you might notice in this level, whenever I hit checkpoints, it's showing like plus or minus, like, you know, minus 12 seconds and 39 milliseconds, and you might be like, it wasn't showing that for the other zones, what's going on? I had to retry this level. I think I ended up falling into a bottomless pit, and I ended up restarting, and I ended up cutting that out to make this look like it was my first try, so yeah, I'm gonna be cutting out a lot of, like, fails that I have, if there are a lot in this playthrough, because I know there's another one later on that I end up cutting out, and I'll address that when I get to it, but yeah. Just so you guys know, I did have to restart this level, and I just cut that out. You might have even noticed that in the no commentary version of this video. So yeah, I had to restart this level and I cut that out. So yeah, sorry if you thought I was gonna get it on my first try, or sorry if I did trick you into thinking I got it on my first try, but I gotta be honest with you guys. But yeah, before I go on more about like the mechanics and stuff in this game, dude, this game looks beautiful for a game from 2011. This game still looks new. Like, honestly, this game still looks new. I guess that is another criticism I and a lot of people actually have about this game. The S ranks in this game are way too easy to get. The remaster probably won't change that, unfortunately, but yeah, S ranks are handed out like candy in this game. I am going to try, well, not even try, I'm most likely going to get all of the S ranks in this game. But I don't know, you know, something could happen in like Planet Wisp or something. Also, I just want to address right now, Knuckles is standing under a tree with grapes growing out of it. That is not a coincidence. Grapes are Knuckles' favorite food. Actually, even in the recent Knuckles show that came out, I watched the first half of it. I won't get into like my opinions or anything on that, but I watched the first half of the Knuckles show, and Knuckles was even eating grapes in that show, even though they were green and not purple. So I guess he really doesn't care about the color. So yeah, I just thought it was interesting that they referenced that. Actually, I know all of Team Sonic's favorite foods. Like Sonic's favorite foods, of course, are chili dogs. That's an obvious one. And Tails, he's actually, like, his favorite food is mint candy, and it's kind of implied because of, like, one of the Sonic Twitter takeovers that, Tails is, like, addicted to mint candies, which is funny. Speaking of Tails, you might be wondering why I'm racing him right now. This is one of the challenge acts in this game, one of 90 to be specific. And if I have enough time between finishing this Let's Play and Sonic X Shadow Generations actually coming out, I might actually play the other, well, all of the challenge acts, because you only have to clear one challenge act per zone in order to, you know, get all the challenge keys you need to beat the game. Because how it works is, there's 3 eras, right? And each one has 3 keys that you need to collect, and they all have protective barriers around them. You need to collect 3 boss gate keys in order to remove the barrier and collect the key, and you put all 3 of the keys into the boss gate in order to unlock the boss fight for whatever era you're in. And also you might have noticed that each challenge gate gets a bell above the portal whenever you clear it. You ring that bell and you collect a music note to either get a piece of artwork if it's a blue music note, or a music track if it's a giant golden music note. And here we have another challenge involving Tails. This time is classic Tails, and rather than racing Tails, he's actually helping you get to the goal. You press the Y button to summon Tails here, and you can grab onto him and fly just like you could in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and later on Sonic Mania. However, the difference between those games and this is Tails has unlimited stamina. Tails has unlimited stamina here. So he can fly literally forever. He doesn't get tired, he doesn't drop Sonic. However, you can actually get Tails to drop Sonic, like, manually if you press the B button. It took me, like, you know, 50 seconds to remember that, because like, even earlier, I was trying to remember which button it was that I needed to press to get Tails to drop me, but, no, you have to press the B button to get him to drop you. So just remember that if you're trying to speed run this mission, because that actually will save you a lot of time. But yeah, as for which challenge act gates I play, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm only picking my favorites here. Like, I will show off some of, like, if we have enough time, I'll probably make a bonus video and you guys can suggest some challenge acts you want me to play. But for this Let's Play, like the actual Let's Play, I'm only showing off, you know, my favorite challenge acts. And you might have been like, wait, I saw a Metal Sonic back there. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't see anything. Shut up. There was no Metal Sonic there. But yeah, that was something I had to cut out. I went into one challenge act, that ring time challenge act specifically, but I ended up getting hit and losing all of my rings, and that put me way below the ring requirement. And I just ended up saying screw this and went to this mission instead, which I do happen to like more anyways, because you're going through Sky Sanctuary again, but at night, and it actually looks gorgeous at night. It actually kind of reminds me of the Death Egg Zone. And it also kind of reminds me of, what is it, Mystic Jungle from Sonic Forces? I know this game came first, but still. But yeah, you might be wondering, well, does this game have special stages? Does it have Chaos Emeralds? No, but yes. Like, there are no special stages in this game unless you're playing the Nintendo 3DS version of this game. But you do have to get all the Chaos Emeralds in order to beat this game. However, it's a lot easier than most Sonic games tend to make it, because to get all the Chaos Emeralds in this game, you just need to, like, defeat all of the bosses that this game has to offer, including the optional, but not really optional, rival battles. So I mentioned, oh, before I get into that, yeah, I ran into a weird glitch here. I don't know what I did to cause this, but yeah, I clipped into the wall and the floor there. But yeah, this is the first rival battle of the game. Metal Sonic from Sonic CD. And before this fight even starts, I just want to say this guy is a joke. He is not nearly as challenging as he was in Sonic CD. Metal Sonic's actually, like, one of the easiest bosses in the entire franchise in this game. Yeah, I'm going that far. Like, this series is infamous for having some notoriously easy bosses at times. But, like, yeah, this is one of them. Because the first thing you want to know is that all of Metal Sonic's attacks can be interrupted. All of them. Like, that attack right there, I tried jumping on top of him, but I barely missed. That move right there, I didn't even let him charge up. Like, he doesn't get invincibility frames or anything. So yeah, you can interrupt most of his attacks here. This attack where he starts gliding like Knuckles, you might be wondering, why are you jumping so much? I'm just doing that to preserve all of my momentum from the spin dash. That's it. If I start jumping a whole bunch as Classic Sonic, that's just to keep up my speed from a spin dash. So yeah, Metal Sonic has like this super attack, but as long as you're just running normally, he won't get you. You can actually go too fast with that spin dash attack I just mentioned, and he will catch you if you do that. That attack is designed with you just running in mind. Also, that was raw. He just straight up kicked Metal Sonic in the face. But yeah, I mean, I like the boss fights in this game. It's just, most of them are pretty easy. So yeah, that was technically the second Chaos Emerald, interestingly enough. I guess the game expects you to, like, do the actual boss fight and then go back and take down the rival, but nah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be doing, for every era, not just this one, I'm going to be taking down whoever the rival is, and then I'm taking down the main boss battle. Speaking of which, let's head into the boss battle for this era. This is actually one of the best cutscenes in the game, by the way. I love this scene. I know this game doesn't have the greatest story, but some of the cutscenes in this game are genuinely charming. This is one of them.
Look at yourself, Sonic.
Dr. Eggman?
It's the last look you'll get before I close your eyes forever.
Another Sonic? What? Wait a second!
Dang, tough luck, bro. Try again next time. So yeah, I guess that's their way of justifying why both Sonics don't just hop into this boss fight right here. And you're like, wait, the Death Egg? That can only mean one thing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Death Egg Robot, the final boss from Sonic 2. Wait, we're doing the final boss already?
Catch me if you can.
Well, yes and also no. Like, yes, this is the final boss from Sonic 2. And just like Sonic 2, if you get behind the Death Egg Robot, you can hit him in the butt. And that totally counts. In fact, that is the only way to hit him in this version of the game, because for some reason the Death Egg Robot is just a lot bigger in this game, or classic Sonic is a lot smaller. Because I noticed, like, even the Babbics seem like they're bigger too. So everything, I don't know if classic Sonic is smaller or if everything around him is just 10 times bigger. But yeah, this is a much bigger Death Egg Robot than the one I remember from Sonic 2. Like, this Death Egg Robot is a lot bigger than he was in the 90s. I don't know why I didn't get onto the arm there. I guess I didn't hit, like, the sweet spot there or whatever. And that was just cheap. Like, I feel like I should have gotten that the first time, but whatever. This boss only goes down in 4 hits anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But I do like what they did with that boss fight, because it does start off really similar to the original game. But then it really does switch up, like, really quickly on you by the end. So yeah, that was the Death Egg Robot. A lot easier than the one I remember from 1992. Mainly because you actually get rings this time. So, yeah, I got hit and I didn't die instantly for it. And wait a second, I don't remember this happening in Sonic 2. I thought the Death Egg was supposed to blow up, not Eggman getting kidnapped by this weird time monster. That was a weird ending to Sonic 2. I don't know what that was.
I can't believe there's 2 of me.
I think I figured it out.
Yeah, me too.
Doubles of us?
Places and enemies from our past.
We're traveling through time and space.
They were not in sync at all there.
How did this happen?
I think it's got something to do with that big thing that just kidnapped Eggman.
It sounds like the same thing that kidnapped your friends. I mean our friends. You know what I mean. There it is!
I don't know what that was. Did it just pull up to slash at the homies and then just run away? Like he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna slash at you guys once and then dip. But yeah, we are moving on to the next era, which is going to be in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Cheesy YouTuber outro. And before I sign off, I'm gonna give you guys a little preview of what's to come. So let's see if you can recognize these zones. This one looks familiar. Oh yeah, this one's definitely familiar. Oh, and I guess I should probably mention, yes, Knuckles was in Sky Sanctuary as the character you rescue, and that made perfect sense because that's the game he came from. Also, I love classic Sonic's idle animation. I'll probably show it off in the next part, but it's really cool. He references a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Cheesy YouTuber outro. And it's your boy Ultra signing off for now. Peace. Take care, everyone.